bitch, bitch.
This has absolutely nothing to do with the video, I just wanted to show you guys that I got this. Sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled program, but we have some breaking news, boils and ghouls. And now, join our hostess with the mostest, Sierra Celine, live at whatever time you're watching this YouTube video. This just in, the internet has just another reason to hate J.K. Rowling. Not only is she a TERF, she also ripped off a little-known horror movie from the 80s. This movie has not one, but two characters named Harry Potter.
Coincidence? I think not!
What kind of human scumbucket would rip off a name? It takes people full minutes to think of those. Welcome back, boils and ghouls. I'm Celine, the fairy queen who stole your heart and then disappeared, leaving you to waste away in your loneliness and despair. And today we're talking about a movie that I honestly never even saw myself watching. If you're a fan of bad movies, then you know about Troll 2.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god!
There is even a documentary made about this movie about how it's the worst movie ever made. One of the very first things that people like to bring up about Troll 2 when they mock just how bad of a movie it is, they bring up the fact that it has absolutely nothing to do with the first Troll. And yeah, even when people bring that up, there's never this answer about what the first Troll was. I'm the only person who cares enough about Troll 2 to look into the first movie. I need help. And did it live up to my expectations? I don't know if I had expectations, but regardless. So the movie opens up with the Potter family moving into an apartment in San Francisco. Mama Potter asks Harry Potter Jr. to watch his sister, something that he's really upset about.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Star Trek.
You do realize that when your parents ask you to watch your sibling, you don't have to stare directly at them the whole time. That's just a little weird. And despite the fact that he can't even watch Star Trek, he's still doing a poor job at watching his sister because she gets kidnapped and replaced by a troll. Harry Potter Sr. comes home with dinner, and it's at this point that everyone begins to notice that something's a little bit off about the daughter. She eats like me. But their dinner is interrupted by fire alarms.
Wendy!
What a conundrum. This is also the moment that we get introduced to the other residents of this apartment, who can be summarized as follows. Quagmire, Elaine, a far-right jogger, and the owner of the haunted mansion. And if that incessant fire alarm throughout this entire scene wasn't annoying enough, here's a screaming child. You know what, movie? I got a break from the sounds of retail during COVID. I didn't need you to remind me of them. The very next day, the little girl decides to pay Quagmire a visit, something that greatly upsets him.
Look, kid, I don't have any candy and I don't play with toys.
Well, not the kind of toys that she's thinking of anyway. The troll then reveals itself and turns Quagmire into a really sweaty Robert Zadar, but this just turns out to be his middle evolution into his final form. A stop-motion cocoon that bursts into an entire forest. Meanwhile, Harry Potter Jr. is busy befriending the owner of the haunted mansion, who actually turns out to be the coolest character in this movie.
What do you do?
Anything I damn well please.
I'm a boss-ass bitch.
She's a centuries-old princess who got tired of royal living and decided to become a witch instead. And now she just owns this cute little apartment with her wizard teacher stuck in the body of a mushroom. And if that is not where I am at her age, then I have clearly done something wrong. We cut back to the little girl who is now befriending, hey, Phil Fondacaro. Cool cameo. But get this, the reason why she's drawn to Phil Fondacaro is because she mistakes him for an elf.
You might try being a little more polite, too.
Are you an elf?
Call me elf one more time. Call me elf. You're an elf.
Hey honey, why are both of our children befriending adults? Maybe we should be concerned. Never mind, we have some suburban dad dancing to get to.
Well, hello there.
General Kenobi.
The little girl hangs out with the far-right jogger for a little bit before turning into the troll and attacking him, business as usual. We cut till later that evening and the Potter parents are getting really excited to meet the first friend that their daughter has made since moving to San Francisco.
Hi.
Wait, it's an adult? Oh, what an awkward situation. They were prepared to serve some chicky nuggies and chalky milk, not worry if this guy has a police record. While they all talk, the other fairies and trolls in the apartment come up with this sick beats, which really upsets the coolest character in the movie. The next morning, the witch lady decides to warn Harry Potter Jr. about the presence of trolls. All while the daughter turns Elaine into a sexy nymph. Well, hello there. Once we finish with the fan service, Phil Fondacaro reveals that he's actually dying for plot convenience reasons. And so the little girl decides to turn him into an actual elf in order to save his life. Because I guess she stopped being confused about that at some point? I don't know. Concerned, the witch takes her curtain rod to Elaine's door, but she's too busy laughing to open up. Things are really coming to a head, with most of the apartment's occupants being replaced with fae folk.
Professor Mallory?
Excuse me, just masturbating in my pot cocoon here, everything normal?
Let's bring the pot over here.
Oh my God.
And then all the food turns green, so I have to pee on it. Sorry, next movie. And with everything coming to a head, Harry Potter Jr. is becoming suspicious of his sister. The witch assures Harry Potter Jr. that he can still save his sister if he is willing to travel to the land of the trolls. She arms him with yet another curtain rod and then transforms from crazy cat lady to Xena in 0.5 seconds. The witch goes after the troll, and although she is able to shoot bad special effects at him, she is ultimately unsuccessful, leaving Harry Potter Jr. as the only one who can go after her.
Shut that damn door.
What is going on out there?
I don't know, but I need a drink. Harry Potter Jr. is able to rescue his sister from the bad special effect. And although the trolls threaten to destroy the apartment with the power of hentai, the kids manage to defeat the trolls and come home. Young Hot Witch congratulates them and they, move away, I guess? Not gonna go back to pack up your thins or... But don't worry, they made sure to sequel bait by having a cop show up in the troll world. Wow, I really can't wait for Troll 2 to continue with this riveting storyline. All in all, I just have no complaints when it comes to this movie. It's cheesy, sure, but literally the only reason why I watched it was to understand where Troll 2 came from. And with that in mind, I left happy. It got mostly negative reviews upon its release, and I can understand why. It really is not a movie made for the mainstream. But regardless, I have this weird appreciation for horror movies that feature fae folk. Honestly, Irish mythology is something that I've always been fascinated by, and it's something that I do very much enjoy every time that I see in a horror movie. So maybe that's part of the reason why I really enjoyed this. I liked seeing the trolls, I liked seeing the fairies, I liked seeing the different designs of the different creatures that they could come up with. That was great. That was so enjoyable. So even if this movie doesn't have much for staying power, even if I'm not gonna think about it next week, I'd still recommend checking it out because you know what? It's definitely a unique horror movie that brought something a little bit different to the table, and how often do we see that, you know? 7 mushroom teachers out of 10. Thank you so much for joining me, my pets, and I will see you next time. Love you.
Well, babe?
Now, babe, I got you, babe.
Although donating to my Patreon is unnecessary, it is hugely appreciated. As little as $3 a month could help me put out many more videos. In that note, I would like to thank Wilson L. Ricks III, Scott Falks, and Andre K. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. I can't wait to see you all next time.